Hello everyone, my name is Matt Meister and I am the Director of Communications for District 49. We like to start our monthly Board of Education meetings with a little program to highlight the people, the programs, and the processes that make District 49 the best district to learn, or the best choice to learn, work, and lead. And I feel a little bit bad that you're all here on what has turned into such a beautiful afternoon after the several crummy days we had, but we'll do this and get you on your way, and you might be able to enjoy a little bit of the evening. But as our school year comes to a close, and our time in our educational system in District 49 comes to a close for some of our class of 2017 students, we wanted to highlight some of them this evening in our Fantastic 49. And they come from all corners of the district. And what we like to do in our Fantastic 49 is introduce people to introduce our students, people who have good relationships with them, who have seen the hard work that they have put in, the sacrifices they have made, and the bright future that is ahead of them. So we're going to begin at Patriot High School with Joe Templeton, and to introduce him, I would like to welcome Eric Lustig up to the microphone.
Here's one, I'll take it. It is a pleasure, an honor, and an emotional time for me too. Jesus. This is Joey Templeton, Joseph Templeton. He came into Patriot last year. A lot of people know I'm a former alternative education student myself. I'm now a proud alternative education teacher. I know firsthand what it's like to take the steps and go through the trouble and the work to turn a life around, because I had to do it myself. And I'm blessed to this day to have some people in my memory banks who helped me do this. Joey here came in last year, and I'm not going to get into details. Let me just tell you, this kid has turned things around. He is a role model in the school. He is my most reliable student. When I need something, this is the young man I go to. And for that reason, I wanted to acknowledge him publicly here in this forum, invite his family members to come by and share this moment with us. And I'm happy here to share it with everybody here. To put it in a nutshell, I let the kids know. I surprised Joey on this. He didn't know until just a minute ago. Sorry, Joey. You'll look back, you'll be like, that was cool. But to put it in a nutshell, I let the kids know, and that's why they're here. And I have some faculty here from Patriot, so a lot of Joey's fellow students came here to share this moment with all of us. They asked why. And they didn't ask like, why him? Oh, what for? What's the award for? And I said, he's just really turned things around. And another student said, did you know Joey last year? And that summed it up right there. So I'm proud of you, man.
Oops, sorry, I'm pushing.
I don't really need it, but I can't thank you all enough for that. Like, I really appreciate that all. I mean, I won't get into detail. I just ain't really had a proud life of myself, and this is a moment where, like, I'm actually really happy, and I just want to thank you all. And to my teacher, Mr. Lustig, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this program so I could... Wow, that's embarrassing. Thank you for everyone who came out. It's just really nice. Thank you all. If I could just say, like, this program itself has directly changed my life a lot, and it's a great thing for not only this school but for my district, and I think it will very help the progression of students at risk. So I really appreciate you all giving us a chance to excel in this.
Yeah. Joe, I want to say thank you because what you have become is a role model. And I want you to recognize that. I appreciate the gratitude to us and to your teachers for making sure Patriot exists and is there as an opportunity for you. But you seized the opportunity. You took the opportunity to see a different path for yourself and to take it. So you are now a role model to the students who are coming after you to let them know it can be done. And you can continue to pay it forward by helping them to see that light and to continue this journey. And for those of you who may not know, the Patriot High School Culinary Program now prepares the meals for the staff and board members each month when we have our meetings. And the food is phenomenal. Like, you know, nobody's stopping at McDonald's to, you know, avoid having to grab a sandwich here, because I just ate machaca beef taco salad that was incredible. That, you know, if I had another 45 minutes, I think we'd all still be back there taking seconds and thirds and there wouldn't be anything left. So staff who are staying for the meeting, make sure you get a plate. But seriously, keep doing what you're doing, stay on the path you're on, and show the newcomers into Patriot that they can do it, because that's how you're going to pay it forward for Mr. Lustig. And we have this to say thank you, because you've already become that role model for so many.
Next, we will go to Sand Creek High School. And to introduce our next student, I would like to invite Alexis Coral, or is it Corral? Corral, up to the microphone. So I want to make sure I got it right.
Good evening, I'm Alexis Corral. I am one of the counselors at Sand Creek High School, and I have the privilege of introducing Grace Curo. She did get our Best and Brightest this year. For those of you that don't know what Best and Brightest, it is a scholarship that the Gazette gives out every year. They pull from all the high schools in the area. And this year, I believe they had 110 applicants, and they whittled it down to 20. And Grace was one of those. They base the scholarships off academic merit and also community service, both inside the school and outside the school. So Grace is our Best and Brightest for this year. A couple of other things about Grace. She is a full IB diploma student, so she will be getting that honor at graduation. That's a really rigorous curriculum. Some of our top classes in high school that we offer. There's also a component, a community service component with that, and a 4,000-word essay that goes along with that. So to be involved in that and to get through that is no small feat. In addition to that, Grace has also been a Rotary champion for softball. I believe this year was one of our Rotary champions, 4 years softball varsity, and also 3 years in track. One of the things that struck me very special about Grace was back in the fall, she asked me to write a letter of recommendation for her for one of the service academies. And so as we were going through that process, Grace was listing off all of her accomplishments, both academic and with community service and also with sports. But what was very notable to me was that her greatest sense of accomplishment was peer tutoring, so helping others. And our peer tutoring is our students help our other students in areas of academics. So listening to that, it made me smile, and that was one of the big, I don't know, very special moments for me, because here's this young lady with all this academic and athletic accomplishments, and for her, the biggest moment for her was giving back to others. And even in the career that she wants to pursue, biomechanical engineering, she wants to help others. So I think that in a society where sometimes it's very fast paced and we think a lot, about individual, what do I want? The fact that Grace is so selfless and wants to give back to others is huge. And I think the world would be a good place if we had more
graces in it. So, congratulations.
Well, I moved to Colorado Springs in third grade, and I was honestly a little worried about moving here, but I think just being in District 49 has really shaped me into the person I am today, with counselors like Mrs. Corral and supportive teachers, friends. It's just made the journey so much more enjoyable, and I owe it all to you guys. Thank you.
Ooh, not off the hook yet, my friend. What advice would you give to someone starting at Sand Creek next year as a freshman?
I think definitely just to be as involved as you can. High school goes by so fast, and I mean, there's just nothing better.
All right, next we go to Spring Studio for Academic Excellence, and to introduce our next student, Stephanie Danford is here.
Okay, so I can get a little emotional, so I wrote it down, especially with Jake. I was very lucky to get to know Jake on a personal level because he was friends with my own children. And as student support coach, before I became a teacher, I would work with him not just on his classes, but just surviving high school. So with that, let me give you a little bit of his background. He was enrolled at Spring Studio all 4 years, so he's come up all those years and now he's graduating. He served on the student council, both as vice president and now this year as president. And let me tell you that our students will now confidently take the reins of student council going forward because of his leadership. He also extended his leadership, his strong leadership skills into our community as a student advisory board here at our Board of Education meetings. I was lucky enough to get to give him his little name tag when they brought it back to him. So I saw that, said, it's mine, I got to give it to him. More importantly than any of his leadership and his community outreach, he is a friend and he is welcoming and he always has an infectious smile. I have had many a bad day and he comes into the building and it's all okay after that. He just knows how to smile at the moment you need him to. He has served countless nights at our meet and greets, welcoming new students in, showing them why Spring Studio would be the best place to attend. And then once they do agree to attend, he is the first person in line at the door to welcome the new students and make the returning students feel like they're home. So we are going to miss Jake quite a bit next year. And we're going to feel that absence. But I will tell you that Spring Studio will forever be a better place because of what Jake leaves behind in the rest of us. So thank you so much.
Ooh, way to leave me all emotional.
See, right, yeah.
I'd just like to say thank you for all of the opportunities that each and every teacher has given me at Spring Studio and each and every staff and board member of District 49 has given me. I've completely changed 180 from who I was as a freshman, and being in all the different programs and the classes and the opportunities that I've had and all that were presented to me has allowed me to grow and become someone I never thought I could be.
Well, Jake, I'm going to miss you on the student board next year. You were one of our pilot members and one of our original ones, and you were always willing to share your opinion. You brought a different perspective than most of our other students on their experience in high school, and that was so valuable to us. So I just want to thank you so much for that leadership that you brought to that group. We'll miss you.
Next, we go to Pikes Peak Early College and Dale Bonavita.
All down, but I'm older than her, and I can't see my phone, so I wrote it on paper. And I still need my glasses, but Jake is also near and dear to my heart, and so it was awesome to see him up here tonight too. But we have someone else near and dear to our heart here tonight to celebrate at Pikes Peak Early College as our inaugural year. And so when I was thinking about what to say about Alex, like I could probably speak, as Marie said, probably for 45 minutes about her, which is also why I had to write it down. And so there was a quote that I found, and it says, "Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other one thing," by Abraham Lincoln. And when opportunity knocks, Alex is the first one at its door, and thus became one of our first students at Pikes Peak Early College. To say that Alex completely embodies the words spoken by Abraham Lincoln is completely and honestly a gross understatement. She's a 12th grader now and has been a student of ours. Come over here so I can see you. And has been a student of ours, a student of mine literally for the last 7 years, and never has her determination to succeed ever wavered. I remember the first day that Alex and I actually had a real conversation in my office, and she was an 8th grader a 7th grader skipping 8th grade, going into 9th grade, and her mother sat there very eloquently and said, "This is all about you, you take the reins." And from that day forward, Alex and I talked, and her parents were just really, no offense, Mr. Stoller, but they were just there, okay? Throughout the course of the past 7 years, she's faced every challenge head on with grit and resilience, and she truly embodies those two words. She's completed 45 college credits while maintaining over a 4.0 GPA. She actually, and I'm going to call you out on this, she actually got 100 in a Psych 101 class because I saw the final grades. That would be enough for most students, but not Alex. She's also earned, as the board says, her black belt in Tang Soo Do, and I'll let her explain that in a minute. And she's a 10-year veteran of the Pikes Peak Highlanders Bagpipe Club and plays the piano also in her free time, if there is any. She truly embodies the profile of a Pikes Peak Early College student in that she's well on her way to earning her associate's degree towards her chosen pathway, and she plans on completing her 12 plus 1 year at Pikes Peak Early College before transitioning to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Arizona. And it is the world's oldest and largest and most prestigious school specializing in aviation and aerospace. And if I got any of that wrong, she will absolutely correct me. There she will pursue her Bachelor of Science in Global Security and Intelligence Studies. And we have no doubt that she is absolutely going to go on to become one of the future leaders in the intelligence community. And she's starting this summer by participating in their spy camp.
I simply need to say thank you, not only to Ms. Bonavita, but to the teachers at both Spring Studios and then at PPEC once I transferred over. Even as I've become more college than high school, there's still teachers asking, "How are you doing? Can I help? Is there anything I can do for you?" And there's nothing better than that. And thank you to my family, because without them there would be no anything. Thank you very much.
So why are you choosing the program you're choosing at Embry-Riddle?
I've always liked intelligence. Both my parents were in there. I've always liked the idea of working for the CIA or the FBI, something where I can be making a difference and protecting my country.
This is getting me fired up to go back to school. Finally, this evening from Vista Ridge High School, we are going to invite Liz Fisk up to introduce our final honoree this evening.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Fisk. I'm the Dean of Concurrent Enrollment at Vista Ridge, and I am here to introduce Malia Barnes, who is the first student in District 49 to complete her Associates of Arts in Business while completing her high school degree at the same time, so in 4 years. Just last year, we were so excited, and we honored another student for completing her associates, and Malia is really pioneering the way in all of these future paths for students to take advantage of all of the awesome opportunities in our district. And I was just talking with Malia on the way in, and it kind of reminded me of the first time we met. She walks into my office with her mom, and she sits down and she says, "Don't worry, I have a plan." So she comes in, oh my goodness, it was my first semester at Vista, and she walks in and she lays out all of her papers and she says, "Look, I have already laid out all of the classes that I need for my degree. I know what I need to do. I just need you to help me make sure I'm taking the right ones when I'm taking the right ones." And Malia trekked on from there. She took classes over the summer while maintaining a job. She has been involved at school. She participates in track. In fact, she was just talking to me about how tomorrow she has a track meet, Saturday she has prom, and then a few weekends later she has Vista graduation, and she is graduating from Pikes Peak also, technically this weekend. So she's completed. She has over a 4.0 GPA at Vista, and she has over a 3.5 GPA at Pikes Peak. And she is going to take all 60 credit hours, and she is going to continue to pursue the rest of her business degree through CSU Global. And she just told me, I mean, seriously, the surprises never end with her. She is good surprises too, amazing surprises. She just told me, she's like, "I think I'm just going to move to Boulder just because." So Malia, this is such an awesome opportunity for you to be recognized for all of your incredible hard work. And I am so honored and humbled to be able to work with you, because you did all of this yourself, and you are just an incredible student. So.
I just want to thank you guys, of course, for giving me the opportunity to better my life and not have as much, financial burden later on, of course, because who wants that, But see myself succeeding and doing all the things that I've done. But thank you all as well.
So your degree to completion is not that far away for your bachelor's. So what are you planning on doing with that degree in just a couple years?
Decide if I want to own my own restaurant or hotel or.
So that concludes Fantastic 49. You are invited to stay for our Board of Education meeting where decisions are made about our portfolio of schools. You see that on the wall up there. And you heard very different experiences and very different stories tonight. And that's one of the things that having a distinct and exceptional portfolio of schools allows District 49 to do, is serve the unique needs of every student. And you heard that here in living, breathing proof in front of you tonight. So thank you for being here with us on this beautiful evening. Congratulations to all of our honorees tonight. Have a wonderful night, and we'll get started here in a matter of moments.